So we've done a lot of Beam videos, and those of course correlate into AirPlay 2. And we had a question concerning AirPlay 2, and we wanted to find out the answer, so we tested it, and we have the results today. So what the question is what happens when you send a song or send a music file of any kind from your phone via AirPlay 2 to a Sonos speaker. If you're not familiar with the Sonos system, is traditionally if I'm using the Sonos app and I play, whether it's a Apple Music station, an Apple Music playlist, a Pandora station, a Spotify playlist, whatever it is, when I play the music, my phone is just communicating between the music service and the speaker. So if I want to play my Apple Music radio station, if I want to play Beats One or whatever it is, my phone is just telling Beats One to play on my Play 5 or on my Beam, or my Play 5 and my Beam, and then my phone backs out, and now the Sonos network and the brains inside our Sonos devices are talking directly to Apple Music to play the music. So what that benefit is if I take my phone and I run to the store to pick some more groceries or something, the music will continue to play. Or if I turn my phone off, whatever I do, music will continue to play in my speakers, it won't turn off. And so with standard AirPlay, the opposite would happen. If I would send something to an AirPlay speaker, like a Bluetooth wireless speaker, and my phone gets out of range of the speaker, whether that's Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, it dies. So in that same scenario with AirPlay 1, if I go to the grocery store, as soon as I get out of range, the music will turn off within a minute or so, depending on the buffering. So we tested it. We tested it both within the music app and with Siri, and we have the same results. Okay, so I have Apple Music open on my phone, and I'm just gonna hit play, and we can hear music coming out of my phone speaker. So now we're gonna switch it over to the Play 5 here. So I'm going to play it to my Play 5 speaker. So obviously you can tell it's coming out of my Play 5. Even with our recording, you can probably tell that it's a little bit louder. So it's playing out of our Play 5 speaker, and we can see on our phone that it's showing iPhone to Play 5. And that was our first hint of what may happen here. So I'm going to go ahead and swipe up. I'm just going to turn Wi-Fi off right here. And we're just going to wait a few seconds and see what happens. So a buffering system gives us a little bit of playback, so we can still hear it. But after a little while, it's going to die. And I've seen some music services and some streaming services vary on how long this takes before it dies. Sometimes you get through the whole song, sometimes you don't. So we're just going to see how long this lasts. If it lasts too long, we'll fast forward a little bit and see what happens. Okay, well there we go. That didn't take too long for it to die. So we had 30 seconds, maybe a little bit longer, I wasn't counting, before the music died. And so that, and then you can see my phone is still showing, going to the Play 5, but it's not because my Wi-Fi was turned off and that connection between the speaker and the phone was severed. So unfortunately, it doesn't work. So your phone is still the controller. So the music is still coming from the Apple Music server to your phone, and then your phone to your speakers. And that's whether it's to one speaker or a house full of speakers with AirPlay 2. It doesn't work that way. So unfortunately, if you want your music to keep playing, you're going to have to use some other type of control. So of course, you can always go straight back to the Sonos app and control your music, and that's going to work just like it has in the past. If you're used to using Sonos, it's going to work fine. And I'm just going to get my phone back on Wi-Fi here. Okay, so we're back on Wi-Fi, and I'm just going to open up the Sonos app, and we can see right within the Sonos app that the Play 5, the music, we can see that the music was started with AirPlay. If I just go ahead and play this, let me play it again here. So we'll turn it down a little bit, but we can see that the music is started through AirPlay. Unfortunately, it doesn't change anything, even though it's recognizing that source. And so we tested it a few other ways just to make sure, and these are things that if you use Sonos you probably already know, but we want to just go through it for anyone who may be new. So I'm just going to pause that. And if you didn't know, you can also play music through Pandora or Spotify through their app. So if you're used to Sonos, you may know this already, you may not, but Sonos has worked with other music services, and Spotify and Pandora are the first two to actually offer Sonos integration within their apps. And so we wanted to confirm that it works how we would expect it to work and not like AirPlay 2 works. Because really I always use the Sonos app. I've been using Sonos for several years now, and I'm just used to opening the app to control my music. I'm not used to going to these other music services. But I can see how people that are used to going to those music services have a lot of benefit of controlling Sonos within the apps. So I can see both ways. Again, just gives you one more way to control things, and so we have options. So let me go ahead and open up the Pandora app on my phone. So now the Pandora app is open on my phone, and I'm just going to play, and it looks like my kids were listening last because we got some Disney music playing. So it's playing on my phone. I'm going to tap on the speaker cast here and pick my play 5. Alright, so now we got some Moana to listen to, and we can keep listening for the whole song, or I can just turn off my Wi-Fi. So let me just turn off my Wi-Fi. And so we can keep listening. And eventually, if it's not going to work, it'll die. But one way to test this a little bit quicker than just waiting forever, because if it's not going to die, it's going to take a long time, right? We can just skip to the next song, and if we skip to the next song, it will either work or it won't work. So we have some Frozen. Name that tune. Name this Disney classic. So we got some Lion King. We got some Under the Sea, Little Mermaid. So you can see that it keeps playing the music even though my Wi-Fi is turned off on my phone. So my Wi-Fi is off and I can continue to play. We can skip.
Their taste buds are about to go.
Oh, good, we get an ad. So, but it keeps working. So it works how you would expect Sonos to work. And so we tested Pandora. Spotify is going to work the same way. We also tested Alexa, and of course Alexa worked because we were talking to her directly. We're going to mute Alexa.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Yeah, she's muted now. So controlling music, starting a Pandora station from Alexa, and then killing the Wi-Fi to our phone obviously had no effect because our phone was never in the mix to begin with. So really, it's a little bit disappointing that AirPlay 2, if you start an Apple Music stream either via Siri on your phone or through the Apple Music app and play it to a Sonos speaker or any AirPlay 2 compatible speaker, if your phone leaves the network, whether you turn off the phone or you leave the house, the music will stop playing within about 30 seconds or so. So the handoff does not happen. Your phone is still the source of the music with the speakers. So unfortunately that's a downside to that. Now if you use a HomePod and you use Siri to start music through a HomePod, it will continue to play just like starting music with Alexa on the Sonos system. So that is one benefit that the HomePod has because of Apple's tight integration with Siri and the HomePod. And maybe one day Apple will open up that same integration to other third-party speakers, but that's up to Apple to do. And you know, just like the phone, they started out pretty tightly controlled with the phone, and then over time it's grown and we've got more apps and more capabilities, and Siri has more capabilities than it did when Siri first came out. So hopefully as time goes on that'll become even more robust and controlled. But for now, AirPlay 2 requires your phone to be within range of your network, your wireless network, in order for it to work. So there you go, now we know. Thanks for watching.